So, good morning, everyone. Good morning and good evening, and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzimus, and you're all welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new and narcissism resonates with you, I encourage you and I invite you to join us. Like the page, share with the friends, subscribe. And for those that have always been with me, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now, I don't know how long is this video going to be. I want to make it as short as possible, and I simply want to talk about karma. The karma you guys are thinking about, I've seen most of you guys on my page. You swear, you curse, you do this. I know because I've been there. I've been there especially in the beginning of the Discord. That is exactly I was thinking the same way you do. So most of the things I was thinking about is I was wishing that the narcissist will experience the maximum pain, the ultimate pain they can ever experience. But then later on, I found out that actually that wasn't even my job. That wasn't my job to take care of. That was the job I had to leave, go to do that, and go to take care of that. So what I had to do, I had to step out of this. I had to disconnect. And when I'm talking about disconnecting, when I talk about disconnecting, I'm talking about letting it go. I let it go. What am I talking about? Physically, emotionally, in each and every single way I would use to make sure that I cut myself off the narcissist. I had to do that because it was now up to me to start working on myself. For the most of you guys, one thing I've realized, most of the empaths who have dealt with narcissists, actually you are the only one. Most of you individuals, you will find that actually you are the only one standing in the narcissist karma. You're the only one standing in their way to get their karma. So most of the cases you are supposed to get out, because when you are there interrupting them, going around, sniffing around, sneaking up on them, what are they doing, checking their social media pages, you are actually standing in the way of their karma. But again, I want to make it very clear that the karma is not going to come in the way that you expect it to. So it is not going to come in the way that you expect, because most of the times you see individuals who have left narcissists, and the only thing they can think about, oh, if those guys can get an accident, if they can do this, if they can become ill, if they can become that. Guys, I can guarantee you, let me guarantee you 110%, the karma will always come back to the narcissist. The only thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take yourself out of that situation and let the narcissist get their karma. And on top of that, I want to make it very clear, these individuals, the narcissist, they have already walked this journey before. You are not the first victim. We are not the first victim of this narcissist. They have already been walking this journey for so many years. They have hurt so many people. They have destroyed so many families. They have destroyed everybody. The narcissists, on a daily basis, they are walking along their way. They are walking in karma itself. So you can imagine somebody waking up each and every single morning. A person waking up, and they're looking around them. What is going to happen to them? They're looking, probably somebody's following them. They're looking, probably there is somebody walking behind them. Somebody is going to harm them. They are walking every day with you. It is just because most of you guys have not seen this. But if you have awakened from narcissistic abuse, you'll understand that these guys, on a daily basis, they've been working in karma. Most of the cases you can imagine, a person wakes up and they have to put a mask. A person wakes up every single morning and they have got to put a specific mask for that specific day. That is karma in itself. An empath, you can wake up, whether you've brushed your teeth, whether you've washed your face, it does not matter. You can wake up and do whatever you want to do, put whatever clothes you want to wear, and go out and do whatever it is you want to do. A narcissist cannot do that. A narcissist will wake up, they will put a mask, depending on what day is it. Maybe it's a Friday, so there's something going to happen, they will put a different mask for that day. It is a Sunday, they will put a different mask for that day. On each and every single day, guys, you can imagine a person who lives in that kind of scenario, situation whereby they have got to wake up every day and put a different mask for that particular day. It is difficult. That is already karma in its own. They have got to put a mask because that is how they have been living. And for me, in my own understanding, that alone itself is karma. The big karma is going to come eventually. The big karma is going to come because most of you who have been following these narcissists for a while, you already know how their life is going to end. If you know a person has been destroying lives for the most of their lives, they cannot get away with this. There is things that are going to happen to them eventually. But those are the scenarios you don't want to see. As an empath, I've already told you guys in my videos, as an empath, those are the things you do not want to see. You don't want to experience those things. You don't want to be there, because I can guarantee you, people, when those individuals finally they get what they deserve, when they finally get what they deserve, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be the witness. In most of the cases, if you have got kids with them, you don't want to see those kind of things happening to them when you have got families with them, kids with them, for that matter, because it may destroy your. It may first of all, it may be hard for you to see or to witness, but then you can also think about the children if you have got families with them, children, young kids for this matter. It is very painful to see. So most of you guys, if you have left narcissists, I can guarantee you guys, you have got always to step out of this. Step out of this and watch it from a distance. You will see the karma getting back to them. I can guarantee you guys. I can guarantee this to you guys, the karma will get back to them. Even sometime we've seen them moving on with the new supply. In a couple of months, the mask has already started sleeping. The same way it did with you. These individuals, they are suffering people. They are suffering on a daily basis. And the only reason they are suffering is because they can never wake up in the morning and become themselves and live their authentic lives, to live the life the way you do as an empath. They cannot do that. It is already painful enough. Well, I can use the word painful, but we all know that the narcissists don't feel pain. They don't even know how it feels to hurt or something like that. But we can know it is already difficult enough for them to live on a daily basis. People, you can imagine. A person wakes up in the morning and they wear a specific mask for that day. That is how they wear. That is how they walk through their karma, because those individuals, they have got a very long line of victims. I can guarantee you guys, you don't even want to go back and dig into their lives. If you have awakened from narcissistic abuse, you don't want to dig and go back into their lives and see the line of victims they have destroyed along the way. You don't want to see those kind of things, because it is going to be unbelievable. It is going to be unbelievable when you see the people they have destroyed before you, and when you see the people who are actually looking for them. Because those individuals, let me tell you something. There is so many victims behind you that they are looking for them. Most of the cases, they have hurt people, they have stolen money from people, they have destroyed people's property. People before you, victims before you, they are actually looking for them, if you don't know that already. So most of the cases, you have to understand, karma does not come in the way you think. Karma does not come, it may come how you want it to come, but even if it comes in that way you want it to come, you don't want to be the witness, people. Let me guarantee you this. You don't want to be the witness. The narcissist is going to get destroyed. For as long as I've been making videos, I have made it very clear. These individuals, they are going to face destruction. It is going to end very badly with them. You are the only person who don't want to be there, and you don't want to see it, especially when you got families with them. You don't want to experience anything what is going on in their lives. So most of the cases, you are the only one standing in their karma even. So for you, looking back and wishing, oh, they are going to get a problem tomorrow, they will get a problem tomorrow, they will get a problem next week. You may be looking back and wondering, when are they going to experience this? Believe me, guys, it took me months to understand this. It took me a while to understand this, but until I realized that actually this was not my job. It was not my job to stand there and watch them, what is going to happen to them. It was my job to get out. The biggest thing that can ever happen to the narcissist, the biggest, actually, I don't know what was the best word to use for this. The worst case scenario that will ever happen to a narcissist is looking at an empath. You have left them. You are doing well. You don't need them. First of all, you are doing well. Things have changed on your side. You have become more healthier. You have become more wealthier. You've become more happier. You have better friends. You have better environments. You are doing good for yourself. That is the karma for the narcissist. That is actually what is going to break them down. It will break them down. They will not show you this. You will not see it. They will not show it. But in the inside, they are crumbling down. They are breaking down because they never expected you. If you have lived with a narcissist and you've left them at some point, if you have lived with them and left them at some point, you're going to realize that actually when you're leaving them, they deliver the ultimate pain. This is like the last blow to the empath. They deliver the ultimate pain at the end of that relationship, because they want to make sure that you cannot get up on your feet and walk again and stand again. That's what they think about. It's what they're planning. They deliver the ultimate pain because they expect you to stay feet flat on the ground. But most of the cases, an empath, if you can get up, if you can stand up back on your feet, walk again, become better, the better version of yourself, the narcissist, when they see that, guys, is going to destroy them. That is the karma for the narcissist. The ultimate karma will come eventually. At the end of the day, it will come. But the beginning of their karma is when they realize that actually there's an empath they have tried to destroy before. Because like I've said most of my videos, these guys they are coming in to destroy you. That's their biggest mission. They are coming in to kill you later, to destroy you. But if they have not done that, if they have discarded you and you got yourself back up again, you went on to heal, you became the best version of yourself, happier, wealthier, healthier. You're doing better than even you did when you were with them. Now that is what is going to give them the karma, because now they are going to be answerable for the people around them. For the most of those guys around them, the flying monkeys and everybody, their families, they are now going to start to see the truth. Because remember, these are covert narcissists. So even sometimes their family members, some of those people, they don't know that they're narcissists. They are going to now become answerable, because now they are going to see the empath healing and doing better without them. And that is when now they are going to be exposed that actually they were the problem in the first place. That's why you see, I've told you, you do not have to stand up and wait all the time, guys, and be sneaking around and looking at you, looking over your shoulders and checking their social media pages, driving past by their jails, past their homes, just to see what is going to happen to them. It is not your job, guys. You have got to step out. You just step out, guys. Live your life happily. You will move on. Guys, we have done it. You can do that. Many of the survivors, we have done that. You can also do it. If you're a survivor who is just left in a narcissistic relationship, I can guarantee you things will get better. Things are going to get better with time. So, for the most of you who are wondering what is going to happen to them, they are going to get justice. Let me guarantee you, the narcissists will get justice. There is no way they are going to run from this. If you look at the long lineage of people, victims that they have left behind, there is no way they are going to run from this. They are going to get justice, whether they want it or they don't want it. But on your side, you do not have to stand in the way. You have got to step out, stay as far away as you can, heal, become the best version of yourself. That is when you're going to see the narcissist now. If you have the chance to look at that, because me personally, I don't want to see it. Me personally, having stayed a couple of years with the narcissist, I don't want to see what is going to happen to them. I don't want to know what they are doing. As long as I know I'm living my life to the fullest. The same way how I've always desired my life to be. I'm living my life to the fullest. I don't want to know what they are going through. Because that is not my job anymore. That is not my business anymore. I've stepped out of that and I've let God to take care of this. So that is not my business. If it comes to them, I will hear. Of course, definitely I will know. I will know, because this is a small world. You can walk from A to B and you can know something. You can hear something. You can even see something. So when it happens to them, I will see it. But I don't want to see it even. If it happens, I want it to be, it could happen like organically. But I will not look for it. I don't want to see what karma can do to a narcissist. I don't want to see that, guys. You are the empath. You cannot see that. It's very painful. You cannot watch that. So get out of the way. Allow these individuals to face their karma of the things they have done, because like I've said, there are so many things that they have done. There are so many victims. Look behind. Start with their exes. Start with their ex-bosses. Start with their ex-workmates. Start with their ex-relationship partners, wives, husbands. Start with those. Look at them, how they have destroyed them. Me, I've seen some of them, a couple of them. I've seen a man, myself personally, I've seen a man who I know that man will never be the same again. I've seen guys, and it was very painful for me to understand this. When I work in for narcissistic abuse, guys, I can guarantee you, I can look back at the victims, those individuals are destroyed. It was very painful for me to understand that particular individual will never be the same again. That man, the guy has been destroyed to the first flat on the ground. Health issues, drunkard, doing this, he has lost everything. So for me, it's very painful to see those kind of things as an empath. Is very painful. But sometimes God will allow you to see these situations, because God wants you to know and to understand exactly the kind of people you're dealing with. So you can look back at their exes, look back at their ex-husbands, look back and you see how many people they have destroyed, and then you understand these individuals, the life they are living from the inside. Even that they don't want to show you, you can imagine the life they are living on a daily basis. They have left victims behind, and they are running around life each and every single day, wearing a different mask for every single day. You can imagine that. Guys, who can do that? Who does that? Who wakes up in the morning and wears a different mask for a particular day? Who does that? It's a narcissist. That's all. That is their lifestyle. And it will be like that until the day they die, until their last day. That is how it is. So, victims of narcissistic abuse, you've left the narcissist. Don't worry about the karma. They will get it. They'll receive it. It will come to them. But Do not focus on that. The thing, what you have always emphasized on my videos, what you need to focus on is you getting out. Get out of the way. Step out of the karma. Step out of the way. You've gotten out. You work on yourself. Don't look back. Keep on the no contact, no contact process. Block them and everything. Keep yourself no contact and work on yourself and heal. You're going to look back and look at the narcissist and you're going to tell me how they look like. You're going to tell me what they look like for that matter. That is exactly when they're going to start crashing them down. When they see the healed empath, it starts to break them down. They implode. So that being said, guys, if there's something I've not talked about, let it be known in the comment section below. Other than that, guys, I'll get back in touch with you. Much love and blessings. Desmo signing out. Peace.